I'm Nathan Artunian, and we are here today for a big rivalry baseball game between the Wayland Warriors and the Weston Wildcats. It is sure to be a good one. Wayland coming off a win against Assabet Valley. Weston looking to extend their long streak of beating Wayland. They won both games last year. As they take the field here, let's look at the Wayland starting lineup. It'll be in the outfield, it'll be Michael Frank in left field, Owen Finnegan in center, and Santi Welton in right. On the infield, it'll be Matty Johansson at first, Spencer Cates at second, Luke Chisholm at short, and George Bressler at third base, with Mikey Johansson catching Joey Fay. Weston coming into this game with a 12-0 win over Minuteman Regional. As for Weston, it'll be Ryuji Nawa leading it off, their left fielder. Then it'll be Aiden Murphy batting second. That'll be their pitcher, Juria, Owen Juria. And then batting fourth will be their right fielder, Hinckley. Batting fifth will be their first baseman, Mead. Batting sixth will be Conley, the DH. Seventh will be the second baseman, Kohler. Batting eighth will be their catcher, Buchbinder. And batting ninth will be their third baseman, Zavala. As we are ready to go here on a Wednesday afternoon, about 46 degrees, as sophomore Joey Fay will take the mound against this great left Weston team. As they'll be leading it off with lefty Ryuji Nawa. As Fay is ready. And we are underway as it's a high, deep fly ball to center field, and Finnegan is right under it to make the play. One quickly away for Fay. This is Joey Fay's first start on varsity this year. Fay, a sophomore, and the coach Chris Fay's son. He's been wrestling his whole life. He's been playing baseball his whole life. He's been playing for years, as the first pitch from Murphy is fouled off. Fay, a member of the Bay State Braves as well for baseball. As here's the 0-1 pitch. In there for a strike, as very delayed call from the umpire, and maybe that's just how his calls go. As Fay looking good here early, quickly ahead 0-2. Wind up in the pitch. Misses high. As he faces shortstop Aiden Murphy. Murphy, a junior. And here's the 1-2 pitch. It's fouled off to the left side, and he'll see another. Murphy hitting .200 this season with 1 for 5 in the opener. 2 stolen bases already. And here's his 1-2. It's fouled off again to the left. And Murphy battling here after a quick one pitch out to start the game. As Wayland, if you didn't see, they had a great opening game against Assabet Valley where they clobbered them and mercied them in 5 innings, 15-2. But this is their first DCL game, as the 1-2 is a ground ball to short. Chisholm there, he'll fire over to first, and a low throw, but Matty Johansson able to grab it, and 2 away here quickly. As now it'll be Owen Juria, who is also pitching today. He's hitting .500 with 5 RBIs this season, as the first pitch misses inside for a ball. As Fay's whole family lives baseball. As here's the next pitch. This is a line drive into left center field, and it'll get down. in the gap as Georgiouria looking for two, and he'll get in there standing. A stand-up double for Ryan Georgiouria. And Weston as a runner in scoring position with two away. As Weston looks to get on the board here in the first inning, as it's now all up to Ryan Hinckley, their right fielder, to drive Georgiouria in. As Georgiouria with the double. As Faye ready from the stretch. In there to get ahead to 1. Hinckley 1 for 4 this year with 2 RBIs. As the 0-1 is a low pitch that's grounded over to second. Cates there, and he'll throw it over, and Faye escapes it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left for the Wildcats, and Wayland will bat now in the bottom half. As let's take a look at the Weston fielding lineup. In the outfield left to right, it'll be Nawa in left, Butchbinder in center, and Hinckley in right. On the infield first to third, it'll be Meade at first, Kohler at second, Murphy at short, and Zavala at third, with Butchbinder catching for their pitcher, Georgiouria, who we just saw hit a double. As for Wayland, it'll be Frank, Finnegan, and Matty Joe. And it'll be Welton, Frank, and Finnegan leading off here in the bottom half of the first. After a scoreless first half for Weston. So looking at the whole Wayland batting lineup, it'll be Welton batting first, then Frank the left fielder. Then it'll be Owen Finnegan in center. Batting fourth will be Matty Johansson, then George Bressler, the freshman, batting fifth. Mikey Johansson batting sixth. Luke Chisholm batting seventh. Joey Faye batting eighth. Albin Valdez, the designated hitter today, as Wayland will be batting 10, and Spencer Cates will be batting 10th. As we are ready for this bottom half of the first inning with Santi Welton leading it off. He had a couple of walks and a couple of runs against Assabet Valley. As Georgiouria takes the mound, and here we go with this bottom half of the first. That one will miss down low for a ball, and the Wayland bench is fired up. Coach Faye calling Welton one of the most reliable players on the team. As here's the 1-0 pitch. Misses for a ball. So here's Georgiouria's 2-0. In there for a strike taken. As here's the 2-1. Misses for a ball. And could we see Welton earn his third walk in 5 at-bats? He walked twice against Assabet Valley. As the 3-1 misses, and Welton aboard with a walk to start the game. And that's how you do it as the leadoff hitter. Patient, and Georgiouria unable to find the zone. So now it'll be Michael Frank, the left fielder, with Welton aboard at first with a leadoff walk from the stretch. Misses for a ball. George Drury having a little bit of difficulty finding the zone here, and Butch Binder's going to call time and go talk to him. It was actually George Drury who called him over to have a quick talk, and that was fast. I don't know what they changed up. Could have been signs or who knows, but very short talk. Maybe just giving him a pat on the back. As Welton gets his lead at first. The 1-0. In there for a strike. Fastball that Frank did not swing at. Frank went 3 for 3 with 3 singles against Assabet Valley. As the 1-1 is in there. And now Frank behind 1-2. Whalen looking to get on the board in this bottom half as the pickoff. And Welton in there safely. As since that time was called, George Drury has looked a lot more in control. As here's his 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the high fastball. And Frank goes down and is retired for the first time this year. Strikeout for George Drury. As now it'll be captain Owen Finnegan. As he's ready. Welton getting his lead. The pitch. Misses for a ball. And George Drury has yet to open up an at-bat with a strike. As the 1-0 pitch in there. One count. Finnegan went 2 for 4 with 2 base hit RBIs. As the 1-1 is taken for a ball. The play I remember the most was actually when Finnegan hit a tapper back to the mound and somehow got to second on it after one of the many Assabet Valley errors, as the 2-1 pitch is fouled off behind the backstop and we're even at 2-2. So that Assabet Valley team missing on a lot of pitches and making a lot of mistakes. This Weston team not going to make the same mistakes. As George Drury looking for his second strikeout. Finnegan looking to put Welton in scoring position. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and George Drury with back-to-back Ks. 2 away here in the first. As now it'll be senior Matty Johansson. Sometimes catches, but today he's playing first with his brother behind the plate. Johansson with some of the best power on this Whalen team, as he'll take that first pitch. Welton got on with a leadoff walk and then back-to-back Ks for George Drury as he quickly settled down. And Welton goes, a swing and a miss. Welton going to second, gets in there as the throw gets away from Weston, and a stolen base for Santi Welton. So now a runner in scoring position for Whalen with 2 away and a 1-1 count, and we'll see if Johansson can drive him in. Pressler on deck as the 1-1 pitch. High, misses for a ball. As George Drury seemed a little distracted by Welton there, gave him a long look as he watched him extend his lead. Johansson looking to drive that first run in. The 2-1. In there for a strike. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 away, and a runner on second, George Drury. looking to get out of the inning. The 2-2 pitch. Misses down low for a ball, and we are full. The freshman, George Bressler, waits on deck if he was to walk. Welton gets his lead at second. The payoff pitch. Misses for a ball. And the second walk for George Uria as Johansson will reach. As now it'll be the freshman George Bressler playing third today, as did he last week. Bressler had a base hit last week, as George Uria will step off. He's the only freshman on varsity this year, and the first freshman to make it in a few years now, off the bat, as first pitch was taken for a ball. Not the first freshman to be on varsity in a few years. Faye was called up mid-season last year, but first one to make it right at the start of the season. As the 1-0 pitch in there for a strike. As Welton at second, Johansson at first. The 1-1 is fouled off. A little bit behind that one, and falls behind 1-2. 2 on with 2 outs. And a big pitch here for George Uria as the 1-2 pitch. Taken for strike 3. So George Uria walks 2 but strikes out the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 left as we are scoreless after 1. As in the second inning, it'll be Meade, Conley, and Kohler leading it off against Faye, who had a very composed first inning. Allowed a double to George Uria, but quickly took care of their cleanup hitter, Hinckley. As a scoreless first inning, both teams getting a runner into scoring position, but not being able to convert. So we're ready for this second inning here. If you're just joining us, it's 0-0. As it'll be Meade, Conley, and Kohler in the second inning. The first baseman, Meade, ready. So is Faye for the second inning. As the first pitch is down low. Meade also plays on the varsity football team as a lineman. And he's batting .286 this year. As the 1-0 is into deep right field, and Welton able to make the play. As now it'll be the designated hitter, Dylan Conley. Conley on fire so far this year with batting .800 with 3 RBIs. He's the DH today, and they'll say he didn't go there as Johansson appealed over, but no. As here's the 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike. As here's the 1-1 from Joey Fay. Drilled into left field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Frank going after it, and he'll get it in before Conley can head to second. So a base hit for Conley, and the Wildcats have a hit in each inning. As now it'll be Brody Kohler. Kohler with a hit in 3 at-bats this year. As Conley aboard on the base hit to left. Here's Fay as the runner goes. Swing and a miss. And there's no getting Conley there. He easily into second. A stolen base for Conley. And the Wildcats have a runner in scoring position. Great jump from Conley there. There was no chance they were going to get him. As the 1-1 pitch is drilled and then lined out to George Bressler, right at him. And 2 away for Fay. It's now 2 away with Conley at second, and it'll be the catcher Butchbinder. As that pitch is taken for a strike. Massimo Butchbinder, 2 for 6 this year. As Fay will step off, he didn't like Conley's lead. As Conley's already stolen second. He got a great jump. As here's the 0-1 from Fay. In there, right down the middle. And Fay ahead 0-2. As time is called, 1 strike away from ending the inning. It's pretty cool to notice that on a senior heavy team, we have a sophomore catching another sophomore. As Fay looks to complete the second inning, the 0-2. Just a bit high on the fastball. Unable to get Butchbinder to chase. The 1-2 pitch. Ground ball, and it'll be fouled off to the left side. Butchbinder, a junior. As the pitch is missing high. As here's the 2-2 from Fay. Misses for a ball, and I thought that one was in there, but we're full as Butchbinder has battled back. Down 0-2, and now the count is full. Conley on second, and the 3-2. In there, a fastball hit the corner, and Fay gets him looking for his first strikeout. So for the Weston Wildcats, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left again. As Wayland able to keep Weston off the board. So we are back here for the bottom half of the second inning. It'll be Mikey Johansson, then Chisholm, and then Fay to lead off the second. As we are scoreless here, 0-0. Weston with a couple of hits, Whalen with a couple of walks. As Juria back in that first inning was having some control issues to start, and then the catcher Butch Binder called time, and from there it was smooth sailing. He was able to hit the zone in most of his spots. He did walk Johansson, but quickly took care of Bressler as he struck out the side. We are ready for this bottom half of the second inning. As the sophomore, Mikey Johansson will lead it off. As Juria's first pitch is into right center field. That'll get down for a base hit. Hinckley will take it, but not before Johansson is on with a single, and that's the first hit of the game for the Warriors. As now it'll be the shortstop Luke Chisholm with Johansson getting on as the leadoff man. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. Chisholm, a captain of this team. One of the many seniors, as that is a high fly ball on the right side in foul territory. And Kohler is able to make the play for the first out. Running all the way from second as Meade stayed in place, the first baseman. And one away. As now it'll be Joey Fay pitching here today. Couple of solid innings, allowing just one hit in each. As Fay's taking a second, waiting on something. I don't know what. But he's ready now, and here we go. As Johansson gets his lead at first. From the stretch. Drilled into center field, but it is right at Butchbinder, and so Fay lining out to center. That'll be the DH, Alvin Valdez. Valdez was the starting pitcher against Assabet Valley. He pitched 2 innings. Walked a few to begin the game, but only allowed 1 run. Got out of trouble and quickly dominated that second inning. And he'll step out. It's a good matchup, righty on lefty on righty. As Wayland, for the second time, getting a runner on and then making 2 quick outs. As the first pitch is taken for a strike off speed. Valdez looking to make a splash in his second year on this team. As the 0-1 pitch, a bunt. Valdez trying to beat it out. A great bunt down the third base side, and he'll get there. An infield single for Alvin Valdez. His first hit of the year, and that's got to feel good. After a rough day at the plate against Assabet Valley, a great, perfectly placed bunt. And he's on with a single, and now Spencer Cates with a chance to drive in a run here. As Johansson with a leadoff single, and now Valdez with the infield hit. 2-1 as the first pitch is taken for a strike. It's William looking to get one in. That one looked a bit low, but taken for a strike. And Georgia quickly ahead 0-2. From the stretch, the 0-2. Swing and a miss. That one got past Cates, and Cates goes down on 3 pitches for the 4th strikeout. So Wayland able to get a couple hits and a couple of guys on, but nothing comes of it as 2 are left. Nothing after 2 innings. So we are back here for this 3rd inning. Wayland nothing and Weston nothing as well. As it'll be Zavala leading it off, and then the top of the order, Nawa and Murphy against sophomore Joey Fay. He's off to a good start in his first 2 innings. As Wayland looks to finally beat Weston in baseball. As Weston has always been a very strong team, coming off a winning season last year, 12-11. Year before that, they were 18-4, finishing 2nd in the DCL back in 2022. Wayland looking to knock on the door this year against Weston. As Fay's ready to face Zavala. As the first pitch misses for a ball. Zavala is playing 3rd today. And the 1-0 pitch misses again for a ball. That one will hit the zone for a strike. Zavala stole a base last game. Not someone you would want to put on, as that's a fly ball with Cates under it, and he'll make the play. And Zavala is retired. So now we are back at the top of the order here with Nawa. He flew out to center back in the first to open up the game. As Fay works with this lefty-righty matchup, and that one misses. That one swung and missed, and he made Nawa look silly. That one is high fly ball to Cates again, and he'll make the play again. So Cates busy here in this 3rd inning as 2 away quickly for Joey Fay. As now it'll be Ryan Murphy, the shortstop. He grounded out to short back in the first. As Fay looks to have his first 1-2-3 inning. As the first pitch is into left field and will go foul. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Ground ball to short as Chisholm looking to make a great play, but Murphy beats it out. That one just a little too much in the gap for Chisholm to make the play. So Murphy with an infield single. And now it'll be Ryan Georgia, who doubled in the first inning. And you got to be careful here. You don't want to give up a run here with 2-out trouble as Murphy gets his lead. He starts to go and then heads back as Fay gets one over for a strike. So Murphy bluffing a steal, trying to force a throw from the sophomore Mikey Johansson. As the 0-1 pitch. And Johansson back to first. He almost got him. And that's what happens when you bluff a steal. Johansson's going to catch you sleeping. And a close call there. And I don't think we'll see Murphy bluff one again, as we are 1-1 here. Murphy with a long lead. As that pitch misses for a ball. Georgiouria now with a 2-1 hitters count. Already doubled back in the first. Into left center field. As the 2-1 pitch is drilled into center. They're coming in and it'll get to the wall again. Georgiouria rounding, he'll get to second. And Murphy's going to score. A stand-up RBI double for Ryan Georgiouria. And Weston gets on the board. So 2-out trouble here, and Weston gets on the board here as they have a runner in scoring position here. As that pitch is taken for a strike by the right fielder Hinckley, who grounded out to second in his first inning. In the same spot as last time with a runner on scoring position and 2 outs. The 0-1 pitch. Fly ball into shallow left field, and it'll go foul. As Fay over to second, it gets by Chisholm, and Georgiouria going to third. They try to throw it down. He's easily in there. It gets a little bit away from Bressler, but not too far away. And Georgiouria with a stolen base. Fay ahead 0-2. Trying to retire Hinckley and strand Georgiouria on third. Weston already on the board 1-0 in this third inning. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Way high for a ball. The sophomore trying to get out of a tough spot here. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Just misses down low for a ball. And so Hinckley able to even it up here. The 2-2 pitch. Fouled off. Just able to make a little bit of contact there. As Fay's going to come out and settle him down. Father, son. As Fay just needs to make one pitch here, and he's out of trouble. With Georgiouria hitting an RBI double, and now he's at third, looking to put a second run on the board here for the Wildcats. It is 2-2 on Hinckley with 2 away. And here we go. From the stretch. That one missed for a ball, and we are full. As Hinckley's battled his way all the way back from 0-2. Important pitch here. Flied into foul territory. Johansson under it. And he makes the play. So good job from Fay to get out of trouble in a tough spot. But Weston gets on the board. 1 run off 2 hits and 1 left. We are back for the bottom half of the 3rd inning here, as Weston is now out to a 1-0 lead off an RBI double by Ryan Druria, who's out there on the mound so far, tossing a scoreless outing. But we'll see if that top of the order can make an adjustment here, as it'll be Welton, Frank, and Finnegan to lead off the 3rd inning. As actually it'll be Michael Frank leading it off. Swing and a miss. I don't know how we got past Frank in the order, or how we got past Welton in the order, but we're at Michael Frank. The 0-1 pitch is high for a ball. The 1-1 pitch will get through as Murphy makes a mistake and Frank is on. As now it'll be Owen Finnegan. Struck out his first time up. So that one misses for a ball. So Frank on with an infield single. As the 1-0 misses. Finnegan now ahead 2-0 in control. 2-0 pitch misses for a ball. And Whale looking at a couple of runners on base here if Finnegan can get on. 3-0 count. with Frank at first. And the pitch misses, and Finnegan walking on 4 pitches. So the captain gets on. Now it'll be Matty Johansson here as time is called. And if you may remember, he got off to a rough start with a bunch of balls to open the game, and then the catcher Butchbinder was able to call time and reset him, and he quickly struck out the next 2 batters and was able to retire the side scoreless. So we'll see if this time it works again as the first pitch gets by Johansson. As Whalen with 2 on and nobody out. As the 0-1 misses for a ball. The 1-1 pitch misses again. Good eye by Johansson. He walked in the first. Here's the 2-1 pitch. In there for a strike. Count is even 2-2. As Matty looks to even up this game. And the 2-2 pitch misses, and it gets by the catcher, Butchbinder. Both runners will advance into scoring position on the wild pitch. So Frank at third, Finnegan at second, and a full count. And a base hit would probably give Whalen the lead here. And the 3-2 pitch. Flied into right center field as Butchbinder makes a play. And Frank will not tag up. So 1 away here as Finnegan couldn't get it deep enough. As now it'll be George Bressler who struck out looking with 2 away back in the first. And this one's skied in the infield, and Kohler makes the play. So Whalen gets 2 into scoring position, but then back-to-back outs. And it's all up to the sophomore, Mikey Johansson. He had a base hit back in the second inning to lead it off. As this one's a fly ball into right field, Hinckley going back now comes in and makes the play. So Whalen able to get a couple of runners on, but both of them stranded, and Weston leads 1-0 after 3. As we are back for this fourth inning, Weston leads it 1-0, and Joey Fay is done. After 3 innings pitched, he allowed 4 hits and struck out 1, didn't walk anyone, allowed 1 earned run. Not a bad outing at all. Pretty good one from the sophomore. As it'll be Desi Ward taking over. The senior did not pitch against Assabet Valley. This is his first outing of the year. As it'll be Meade, Conley, and Kohler to lead it off for Weston. Meade flew out to right in the second. And defensively, one change, couple of changes. Joey Fay, after exiting the game at pitcher, has moved to second. And Albin Valdez has moved over to first. As we are ready for this fourth inning. Ward's first pitch is swung on and missed at a pitch in the dirt. Meade batting .250 this year. The windup and the 0-1 from Ward. Line drive into center, and that'll get down for a base hit. So Meade leads it off with a hit for Weston. It's their first leadoff base runner of the game, as they look to extend on their 1-0 lead. And Conley is up now. He hit a single and was able to steal a base back in the second inning, as the first pitch misses on a fastball. As Meade aboard on a single to start this fourth inning. As he gets his lead at first in the pitch. Misses high for a ball. Ward, one of the many seniors on this team. 2-0 pitch in there for a strike. Ward suffered a season-ending injury late last year, but he was able to recover, and now he's back for this year. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Misses inside for a ball. Kohler waits on deck. As here's the 3-1. Misses for a ball, and Weston's got a pair of runners on to start this fourth inning. You don't want to let this get away from you if you're Wayland. Putting up a couple of zeros to start, but bending a little bit in the third with a run, and now Ward lets the first two on. As Chris Fay going to have a talk with Meade with the single and Conley on with a walk. Wayland has to capitalize on the fact that it is 7-8-9 now, with Kohler, Butcherbinder, and Zavala. All of them, Fay was able to retire the first time through the order. As the second baseman Kohler lined out his first time up back in the second. As Weston looks to extend their lead. The bunt. It goes down the first base line. Valdez gets on it, throws to first to Fay, and gets it just in time. A successful sacrifice from Kohler gets both Weston runners into scoring position. A good play from Valdez to prevent the bases from being loaded with no outs. A near disaster there. A great job from sophomore Joey Fay, knowing where he needs to be and getting over to first. A 3-4 ground out. So second and third for the Wildcats. Now it's the catcher Buchbinder. And they're going to say that Ward was not set there. Fay frustrated with the call. Pitch. Fly ball into foul territory. And a nice play from Valdez right in front of me. And 2 away here. There's that one right in front of the table. 2 away here. As now it'll be Daniel Zavala, the third baseman. He popped out last inning. So Weston able to get a couple of runners on, but can the bottom of their order come through and get this run in? As Zavala going to take a second. As I think Fay's argument, now that I think about it, is that Ward was about to throw the pitch when Buchbinder had called time. I don't think it was anything Bach related. That's a ground ball to the third baseman, Bressler. He'll throw over to first, a low throw, and it'll get out of play, and that'll score 2 on the error. An error by the freshman George Bressler, and just like that, Weston's out in front, 3-0, and Bressler clearly frustrated. Zavala awarded second on the error. So 2 RBIs he'll pick up. And now Ward looking to finish off this inning. As that one misses for a ball. That's a costly mistake there from the freshman who's proven reliable so far until there. It's early in the season, and mistakes are made. As Ward steps off there. As it'll be the top of the order, it'll be Nawa now to bat. He's 0 for 2 today. As that'll miss for a ball. And Ward behind 2-0 here. As the 2-0 pitch in there for a strike. As the 2-1 pitch, and it's a pickoff over. As he'll get in there safely. They tried to pick off Zavala. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Fouled off. And Ward one pitch away from getting out of here. This time is going to be called, and Johansson and Ward are going to have a quick talk. As Weston now out to a 3-0 lead here in the fourth. Wayland has stranded 2 runners every inning, 6 total. And Weston able to break out in the third with an RBI double from Georgiuria. And then capitalizing on a 2-run error to put them out on top. As they look to add to that here. With Zavala on second. The 2-2 misses for a ball. Full count here with 2 away. Here's the payoff pitch. Misses for ball 4, and Nawa is aboard for the first time today. And Faye's going to call time. So that's Matty Johansson out behind the plate, not Mikey. I missaw it from here, and it looks like Mikey's going to enter at pitcher. So Ward's day is done after 2/3 of an inning. He allows at least 2 runs, neither of them earned. He walks a couple, allows 1 hit. And that'll leave Mikey Johansson here with a huge at bat against shortstop Ryan Murphy. So this is a battery between 2 brothers, as Matty catching his younger brother. Matty a senior, Mikey a sophomore. And Mikey caught the first few innings here, but for Faye, but with Ward entering, Matty went behind the dish, and now it's Mikey pitching to him. As Weston is out to a 3-0 lead here in the 4th inning on a chilly Wednesday afternoon in April. With Zavala on second and Nawa on first. As that'll be the shortstop Ryan Murphy with 2 on and 2 outs. Murphy singled and scored back in the 3rd. He's 1 for 2 today. As Johansson looks to get this final out here in the 4th, as he's just entered the game. First pitch. This is for a ball. I have no doubt that this is a tough ask for a sophomore, but Mikey's definitely the guy you would want to ask. As a quarterback, one of the quarterbacks on this varsity football team, and with Michael Keenan, the senior quarterback and captain, out with mono to open the season, Mikey was forced into the starting quarterback role against Hoppington, and he played a solid game. So I have no doubt that Mikey, ready in any pressure situation, he's one of the calmest guys on this team. As the 2-0 pitch in there for a strike. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. And now Mikey evens up the count and looking to get out of this inning in strand 2. Zavala gets his lead at second. Nawa at first. 2 away here in the third. And time is called as Murphy tries to throw off the young pitcher's timing. As here's Mikey's 2-2 pitch. Down in the dirt for a ball. And the runners will be in motion here with the full count and 2 away. Three and 2 with 2 outs here in the fourth. 2 on. And a pickoff attempt. And a good job from the Weston coach there, as he was telling Weston who the runners are going to be in motion here with 2 outs, and the Weston third base coach is very smart. He was telling Weston, make sure that Mikey's going home before you start to steal or you'll get picked off. And sure enough, he tried to pick off. The runners go, and it's fouled off to the right side. Valdez in foul territory right in front of me makes the play. And so Wayland allows a couple runs but strands the other 2. And Weston out to a 3-0 lead halfway here through the fourth. As we are back for the 5th inning, Weston leading 3-0 here. As they've kept Wayland off the board, stranding many runners in scoring position. And 6 runners in total. And George Drury has been dealing today, as Mikey Johansson will look to keep Wayland only down 3. Keep them within a save here in this 5th inning, as he stranded 2 in his first at bat back in the 4th. And it'll be Ryan Georgiuria who doubled twice today. As Johansson will miss on the first pitch. Georgiuria driving in the game's first run in the 3rd. He was also stranded at second in the 1st. As Johansson is unable to find the zone here at the start of this at-bat. As he's facing the heart of the order, 3-4-5, Georgiuria, Hinckley, and Meade. Here's the 2-0. Ground ball, gets through, and Georgiuria has got his 3rd base hit today. So Georgiuria's on with a leadoff single, and now it'll be Ryan Hinckley. He's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a pop out in the 3rd. As a high throw from Johansson. You gotta be careful on those pickoffs, as Georgiuria easily in there safely. He's still 3rd back in the 3rd, so I can see why they would try to throw him out. As here's the pitch. Misses and gets by the catcher. He'll get by his brother Matty, and on the wild pitch, Georgiuria now down into scoring position. And Matty gonna go talk to his brother here. The two have been playing on teams together for years. Through elementary school, middle school, and now high school. And this their last year playing together, as Matty going to college after this year. So Hinckley ahead 2-0. And Juria on second with nobody out here in the fifth. And the 2-0 pitch. Misses and gets by Johansson again. So Juria with a single, and now he's down to third with back-to-back wild pitches. As Johansson goes back to the windup, the 3-0. Misses for ball 4. Scoreboard is wrong. It was 2-0. Forgot with all the wild pitches. So it's 3-0 now. And now here's the 3-0 pitch. Misses for ball 4. And so now Weston with runners at the corners here and nobody out. If Johansson isn't able to limit the damage to at least 1, this could be out of reach, with Wayland failing to get on the board here through 4 innings. So now it's the big first baseman, Ben Mead, who singled and scored in the 4th and flew out to right in the 2nd. He's 1 for 2 today. Juria at 3rd, Hinckley at 1st, the pickoff, and Hinckley able to get back in there safely. Nobody out here. It's Johansson looking to keep it close. From the stretch. Lined into left field, and that will score Juria. An RBI single for Ben Mead, his 2nd hit today. And Weston leads it 4-0. As now it'll be the designated hitter Conley. He singled and walked today, and he scored in the 4th inning. The 1-0 pitch just misses for ball. And Johansson having some trouble finding the zone here. As Weston already on the board in this inning, and 2 on here. Runners at 1st and 2nd. The 2-0 from Johansson. Misses high for a ball. And Johansson is struggling. On the verge of walking the bases loaded. Hinckley at 2nd, Mead at 1st. And Johansson's got to battle back. The 3-0 pitch. In there, a good pitch. And we'll see if he can make it back to a full count here. 2 on and nobody out. The 3-1. Misses for ball 4 and it gets away. The runner Hinckley rounded 3rd, but wasn't going to dare try to go home there. And the bases are loaded with nobody out. As Weston looking to really break this game open here. Kohler, who's 0 for 1 today, he lined out and tried a bunt and nearly got on with an infield hit back in the 4th inning. Mr. Hansen having trouble finding the zone. The 1-0 in there. That dribbles a little bit away from Johansson, but not nearly far enough for any trouble. As the infield's going to shift to double play depth. As Whalen looks to get some outs, with nobody out and the bases loaded in a 4-run game. The 1-1 gets by the catcher, and Hinckley's going to score with that deep Whalen backstop. It is 5-0 Weston. And Coach Faye's going to call time. That's now a few wild pitches thrown by Mikey Johansson. Not what you want. As we'll see if Coach Faye's words can settle Johansson down here against the bottom of the order. As Meade is at third and Conley at second with nobody out. And Johansson back to the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Misses for a ball. And Johansson on the verge of walking the bases loaded again. The 3-1 misses for ball 4, and the bases are loaded. As Johansson walks his third batter in the inning. And that might do it for him. As he's going to take the ball from Johansson. As it'll be Luke Chisholm taking over here on the mound. As he inherits the bases loaded with nobody out, and he looks to miraculously keep this a close game. As we're ready to go here in the top of the fifth, we're ready to continue as Luke Chisholm, the senior captain, will inherit the bases loaded as Whalen needs to really limit the damage here with a 5-run deficit already. As he'll be the catcher, Butchbinder, who's 0 for 2. He struck out and popped out today. As Chisholm will step off, and defensively, Fay slides from second over to short to replace where Chisholm was, and Johansson, who was pitching, will move to second. As that pitch misses for ball. As that pitch is swung on a miss. Zavala waits on deck. He had that 2 RBI error last inning. The 1-1 pitch. In there for a strike. And Chisholm ahead 1-2. As Maddie's going to talk to Luke. As the bases are loaded, Chisholm ahead 1-2 here against Butchbinder. From the stretch. Fouled off behind the backstop, and he'll see another. That one misses for a ball. So the count is now evened up at 2-2. Butchbinder battling. The 2-2 pitch. Line drive into left field, and they will say it just went foul, as he just missed a base hit that would have scored at least 2. Butchbinder in a little battle here. This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. And a huge bases loaded at-bat as he looks to put this game away for Weston. The 2-2 pitch. Ground ball to second, and Johansson recovers, throws to first, but not in time. An RBI single for Butchbinder will make it 6-0 Weston. So that'll be Daniel Zavala, the third baseman. He's 0 for 2 today, but has a couple of RBIs after that error from George Bressler back in the 4th inning that scored 2. In what was at one point a very tight ball game. Since then, Weston has stepped on the gas and now is out to a 6-0 lead with the bases loaded. As that pitch will get by the catcher Johansson, and he's not going to get there in time as all the runners advance, and Weston extends the lead to 7-0 now. As Conley able to get in. And just about half an hour ago, it was 1-0. And this is how quickly a baseball game can get away from you. As that pitch is fouled off near us, and it'll go out of play. Leadoff hitter Nawa is on deck. As the pitch is down the first base line, Chisholm gets to it, looks home, but will throw to first. So Zavala with the RBI, but one away for Wayland. As it is now 8-0 Weston. Zavala picking up his third RBI. As now it'll be the left fielder Nawa. As that pitch is taken for a strike. Nawa 0 for 2 with a walk today. As that one taken for a strike, and Nawa quickly behind 0-2. As Chisholm looks to keep the damage here at 8. The 0-2 from the stretch. Misses for a ball. The 1-2 pitch fouled off, and he'll see another. As Ryan Murphy waits on deck. If you're just joining us, Weston leads it 8-0. It was just a 1-0 game a couple of innings ago, but now in the 5th, Weston leads it 8-0, but that one's foul tipped into the catcher's mitt, and Chisholm gets his first strikeout. 2 away. As it'll be Ryan Murphy, the shortstop here. He's 1 for 3 with a single. He scored the game's first run back in the 3rd inning. That one in there for a strike. The 0-1 pitch misses for a ball. As Wayland trails 8-0, but trying to get out of this 5th inning. And here's the 1-1 pitch. Fouled off. And now Chisholm is 1 pitch away. The 1-2 from Chisholm just misses for a ball. Chisholm looks to hold Buchbinder at third. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and Chisholm with back-to-back Ks, but not before Weston is able to get 5 more across. They lead it 8-0 halfway through the 5th. We are back for the bottom half of the 5th. Weston leads it 8-0, and Jury is still going strong here entering the 5th. Through 4, he's only allowed 3 hits and has struck out 7. As this was once a close game before, Weston has run away with a 5-run 5th. And we'll see if Wayland can battle their way back here. As it'll be Santy Welton leading it off, and then it'll be Michael Frank and Owen Finnegan. So the top of the order here. Santiu at a leadoff walk comes up. And he'll hope to get it going here as he tries to bunt but misses it, and it'll be ruled a swing. Whalen looks to get something going against Weston's star pitcher. The 0-1 misses high for a ball. The 0-1 is 1-1 is lined to short, and Murphy made the play. So now Michael Frank to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a single back in the 3rd. George Uria struck him out in the 1st. It was the first time he was retired this year. That one's taken for a ball. That one is taken for a strike. And he'll foul that one off. As Weston is now 8 outs away from this DCL victory. The 1-2 pitch misses high for a ball. The 2-2 from Georgiuria. Swung on and missed, and Georgiuria has struck out his 8th batter today. And with 2 away, Owen Finnegan to the plate, looking for his first hit today. He walked in the 3rd and struck out earlier. Had a couple of RBIs against Essewitt Valley. The captain takes the first pitch for a strike. That pitch taken inside. And that one off for a ball. So Finnegan in a 2-1 hitter's count. The windup and the pitch. In there for a ball. It misses. A little bit inside. Finnegan ahead 3-1. The pitch is fouled off. And it is full. If he gets on, Matty Johansson is on deck. As George Uria looks to retire his 9th straight batter. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. And 3 up, 3 down for Wayland. They trail 8-0 after 5. We are back for this sixth inning of play as Weston leads it 8-0 in this DCL rivalry matchup. And it's a new pitcher here, as it'll be George Bressler, the freshman, making his first outing on the mound. And defensively, Sebastian Chung has entered the game at second. Joey Face slides over to third. He's played second, short, and third today, as well as pitching on the mound. And Chisholm goes back to short after pitching last inning. And that one gets over for Bressler. Bressler, a two-sport athlete, plays football and baseball. The only freshman on varsity. And that one, a nice one. And he's ahead 1-2. As here's Bressler's 1-2. Taken for strike 3. A nice pitch. Got him looking. One away in the 6th. He's able to strike out Juria, who was 3 for 3 entering that at bat. He had a couple of doubles and a single, but George puts him down pretty easily. Good stuff from the freshman. And now it's the right fielder Hinckley, who's 0 for 2 with a walk and run. As the 1-0 is in the dirt for a ball. As Wayland looks to keep this game going as they trail by 8. And that pitch from Bressler finds the zone. And it's 2-1 now. The 2-1 pitch. Ground ball is short. Chisholm over to first, but Hinckley beats it out. And so he's got an infield single. So that's soft ground ball enough for Hinckley to reach, and Weston extends its hitting streak to 6 innings. As now it'll be the first baseman Meade, who has a couple of singles and a couple of runs, as well as an RBI in the 5th. He's 2 for 3 today. Bressler from the stretch. High fly ball into foul territory and out of play. As if you're just joining us, Weston leads at 8-0 here in the 6th. Fay with a solid outing where he pitched 3 innings, only allowing 1 run. But after that, just unraveled in the 4th and 5th. And now Weston is out to an 8-0 lead. Not to mention all the stranded runners here for Wayland, as the pitch from Bressler is a ground ball back to Bressler. He'll flip it right to first and get the out. Meade is retired as Hinckley goes down to second. And now it'll be the designated hitter Conley up with 2 away. He's 1 for 1 with a single and a couple of walks. He's scored twice. As Bressler looks to put up a 0 in his first inning on varsity. As that pitch is taken for a strike. Hinckley on at second with 2 away. The 0-1 pitch misses for a ball. One one. Misses outside for a ball. The 2-1. In there for a strike as a nice pitch from Bressler hits the corner. 2-2 with 2 away. Conley's yet to take the bat off his shoulder. As Bressler looks to retire the side. A 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And Bressler picks up his second strikeout as Whalen puts up a 0. But they trail 8-0 here with 6 outs left. Okay. We are back for the 6th inning of play here as Juria still remains out there for his 6th inning of work, tossing a scoreless outing here today with 9 strikeouts, and he's retired 9 straight batters, with Finnegan being the last one to reach on a walk in the 3rd. As it'll be Matty Johansson here to lead it off in the 6th. As Whalen trails 8-0 after a 5-run 5th from the Wildcats. Is that one down low for a ball? One 0 pitch. Fouled off to the left side. Johansson played first earlier today and now behind the dish. He walked in the 1st and flew out in the 3rd. He's 0 for 1. As the windup and the 1-1 from Giorgio misses for a ball. The 2-1. Down low for a ball, and Johansson on the verge of walking for the 2nd time today. As he'll miss there, and Johansson gets on to lead off the inning. As Josh Feist will run for the catcher Johansson. And time is called, and As the Weston coach wants to check in on Georgiuria, make sure his energy's okay. He's throwing a lot of pitches here, as this is his sixth inning of the game. And they are going to keep him out there for now. And you wonder if Whalen can get another batter on, if that'll be all for Georgiuria. As it'll be George Bressler up here. He's 0 for 2. He struck out and popped out today. As that pitch misses for a ball, with Feist on first. As a courtesy runner. The 1-0 to Bressler. Fouled off. He was late. The 1-1, the pickoff move, and almost got the courtesy runner, Josh Feist, but he just gets his hand in there. The 1-1 to Bressler, taken for a strike. And he's behind 1-2, as Whalen looks to get something going here. As that one's a ground ball to third, he'll go to first and make the play. As Bressler is retired, Johansson gets down to second. Not bad contact there. So Johansson's into scoring position, and now it'll be the junior, Sebastian Chung, with his first plate appearance. As that's a high fly ball into shallow center field, and the second baseman Kohler will make the play. So Chung down quickly. As now it'll be Luke Chisholm, 0 for 2 today with a pop out, and he struck out looking in the fourth. As Georgiuria looks to finish off his day potentially here with one last out. And that one will get past Chisholm. With Feist at second. Is Whalen looking to get on the board here. And that one misses for a ball. The 1-1 pitch. Taken for a strike. And Whalen with 2 outs here, and Chisholm behind 1-2. The 1-2 into right field, and the play is made by Hinckley, as that stayed up just a little bit too long. And so Whalen gets the leadoff man on again, but he is stranded at second. 8-0 after 6. We are back here for the 7th and final inning as Weston leads it 8-0. As a new pitcher is entered, it's senior captain Owen Finnegan. As defensively for Whalen, the changes will be Albin Valdez moves to center where Owen Finnegan was, and Jamie Buffum will take over at first. As Finnegan's first pitch, it misses for a ball. As he faces Kohler. 0 for 1 with a walk and a sac bunt. And Finnegan behind 2-0. His pitch misses down low for a ball again. The 3-0 pitch. In there for a strike. The 3-1 pitch misses for ball 4. And Kohler aboard with his second walk today. Now it'll be the catcher, Butchbinder. He's 1 for 3 with a single. As Kohler gets his lead at first. And the pitch. In there for a strike. As Finnegan gets ahead this time. The 0-1 pitch. Swings and misses as Butchbinder was in front of it. Fooled by the off speed. And he's in an 0-2 hole. From the stretch. Swing and a miss as Finnegan quickly strikes him out on 3 pitches for his first strikeout. Now it'll be the third baseman, Zavala. And it'll be a pinch hitter, actually. It'll be Jack O'Connor here for Weston. The senior 0 for 1 this year. And he'll take that pitch for a ball. The 2-1. Misses for a ball. O'Connor was base coaching at the earlier part of this game. As Kohler gets his lead at first. The pickoff, but Kohler in there safely. And that isn't Kohler on first. That's Andrew Pettinato, who entered as a pinch hitter. Has that one out of play. And the count is full. So Pettinato gets his lead at first. As it's 3-2 on O'Connor. Payoff pitch from Finnegan. Just misses for ball 4. And O'Connor on with a walk. So Finnegan with his second walk. And now we're back to the top of the order with Nawa. Nawa 0 for 3 today with a walk. Finnegan's first pitch is fouled behind the backstop. The 1 to Ryuj is a ground ball. Chung over to first, and Buffum able to hold on to it and make the play for the second out. Pedinato and O'Connor advance. So Weston with 2 in scoring position here with 2 away. And now it'll be the shortstop Ryan Murphy, who's 1 for 4 today with a single and a run back in the 3rd inning. And the pitch. Down in the dirt for a ball. The 1-0 pitch. Misses again for a ball. And a pinch hitter in the on-deck circle for George Uria, so looks like his day is done. As that pitch is foul tipped into the mitt for a strike. As Fagan looking to battle back here, it's 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Misses for a ball. And Murphy ahead 3-1 now. With 2 on here. First base is open. And the 3-1 pitch. Fouled away. As the sun beginning to set here. As Whalen trails 8-0 after a 5-run 5th inning for Weston. 3-2 with 2 away. Runners at 2nd and 3rd for the Wildcats. And the payoff pitch. Foul off, and he'll see another. Finnegan looking to put this batter away, but he'll walk him for ball 4, his 3rd walk of the inning. So George Uria officially done now, as it'll be a pinch hitter, Cameron Court, taking over. So George Uria done after a 3 for 4 day with 3 hits, including 2 doubles and a single. He had an RBI that drove in the game's first run back in the 3rd. Court, a 3-sport athlete playing varsity baseball, basketball, and football. The 2-0 pitch. Misses for a ball. And one more ball will walk in a run for Weston. As Finnegan behind 3-0 here in the 7th inning. With 2 away. The 3 out of Court. Misses for ball 4, so Court picks up an RBI on that 4th walk from Finnegan, and it is 9-0 Weston. As Pettinato scores. And it'll be Ryan Hinckley up for his 5th at bat. He's 1 for 3 with a walk. As that one in there for a strike. As Finnegan looks to keep it at just 1 run in this 7th. The pitch. In there for a strike, and Finnegan quickly ahead 0-2 here. as Weston leads it 9-0 in the seventh inning. The 0-2 pitch is drilled into center field as Valdez dives for it, but unable to make the play, and a couple of runs will score as Hinckley slides in for a double. So it's 11-0 Weston. As JV won their game against Weston. Not looking like we're going to get the same result here as Weston now ahead 11-0 in the final inning. After the two RBI double from Ryan Hinckley, and now it'll be Andrew Mead here to bat with 2 away. He's 2 for 4 with a couple of singles. As that one is popped up, as Valdez dives and unable to get it. Mead rounds, but he'll head back, and that's another run for Weston. An RBI single for Andrew Mead. A 2-run single for Andrew Mead. And it is 13-0 Weston. As this one is really broken open now with a 5-run seventh. Finnegan just looking to get that final out as that's a ground ball. Third baseman will take it, Fay, and get the force out at second to Chung, and that will do it, but not before Weston is able to get 5 more across. 13-0 Weston as Wayland to bat for the final time. Well, we are back for the bottom of the 7th and final inning here as the starting pitcher Ryan Georgiou's day is finally done after 6 innings. He allowed just 3 hits, walking 4 and striking out 9. And it'll be Thomas Keller here to pitch the 7th for Weston, as sophomore Joey Fay will lead it off. He's 0 for 2 today. The first pitch is fouled off. That pitch is taken for a strike, and Fay quickly behind 0-2. As Fay asks for time. That pitch is high for a ball. The 1-2 from Keller. Swing and a miss, and Fay strikes out for the second time today. As Keller with a strikeout in his first at-bat. As now it'll be sophomore Cooper McFarland to hit for Albin Valdez, who singled earlier, but it'll be McFarland to hit for him. As he'll put the first pitch in play, it'll be to the shortstop Murphy. He'll fire over to first, and he'll make the play. So McFarland down on 1 pitch. And now it'll be Santi Welton with 2 outs here in the 7th. That one has fell off and nearly hit somebody. And this one will be into center field, and Butchbinder makes the play, and that'll do it. Wayland defeated by Weston 13-0. And they are kept off the scoreboard and out of the hit column after the third inning. Not the outcome you want. And your final, Weston 13, Wayland nothing. I'm Nathan Artunian here with Waycam and Wayland Sports Broadcasting. Thank you for watching and have a good night.